there are weird things that happen in baseball every single day, Brig. Something that
Yeah.
happens and it's like, man, that has not happened since Spinny McGee did that in 1875, right? But this is something that has
Yeah.
not happened at all since baseball was. Did you know? First off, did you know that Major League Baseball was like officially organized as MLB in 1903?
Oh, I thought it was 1901. Okay, I'm off.
So that's when the American League and I learned this. That's when the American League and National League came together, but they officially like came together
Branded.
like as named it, brand it Major League Baseball in 1903.
Interesting.
So
Okay. No, nice.
making it the oldest professional sports league in the world,
Yeah, that's
which
awesome.
is pretty neat. But so this is something that has never happened in official Major League Baseball. I'm assuming because of that caveat, it happened several times in the 1800s. I would imagine, especially with the way things went back then, right?
Right.
But
Yes.
today we had catcher Danny Jansen was the first player ever to play for both teams in one game. So the Red Sox and the Blue Jays played on Monday. They picked up a game that had been suspended on June the 26th. Jansen was actually at the plate, oddly enough.
Yeah.
He had, I believe, it was a 1-0 count in the top of the second
Yeah.
with a
It's
runner
two
on
pitches in.
first.
One pitch or two pitches in.
Yeah, and then they had to suspend the game because of rain. And because they don't start the game over, like in Little League, like I remember one time, Brig, I was I was 12 years old. We had a game that got called because of darkness because the field we were playing on didn't have lights. And my coach
Mm-hmm.
is like, I'll never forget this because I was getting ready to score. I scored the go ahead run. He was like, that could be the winning run because of darkness. But then the other team that we were playing, they just beat us down all year long. This is the only time we
Oh.
ever beat them. But he was the tournament organizer, and he's like, "No, you got to go. We got to play it tomorrow night. We got to finish this game." And then we get there, and conveniently, whoever they had keeping book either
Mm-hmm.
messed it up or lost it, so we had to start the game all over again. And
Oh.
they again beat us into the ground.
Just
But
pummeled you.
because Major League Baseball keeps track of things,
Yeah.
they get to pick
Yeah.
the game up in the second inning.
Yeah. That's right.
So here's the funny thing, though, is that Danny Jansen was traded to the Red Sox on July 27th. So there were some other changes that had to be made, but because of this, Alex Cora, I think, understanding what was going on, and also the fact they're playing a doubleheader today, they put
Mm-hmm.
Jansen in to catch game one of this doubleheader, and so he was in the box score on both teams, which I thought
Yeah.
was fascinating. So cool that people in like 75 to 100 years are going to look at a box score and be like,
Now hold on.
what the heck happened here?
Yeah.
But it's funny though because there were other guys on the field at the time who had to get pulled, like Kevin Kiermaier, Justin Turner, Bo Bichette, Dominic Smith, and Manuel Valdez have all either been traded, released, demoted, or put on the IL since the game started.
Right.
You got two completely
The
different teams playing these
whole
games,
roster change. Yeah.
and I love it. I absolutely love it so much. It's so funny. Um, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised honestly if this is something we saw happen again, just because the
Hmm.
moves that do get made, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a fun little thing.
Can I
Fun
tell you
little
my
thing. Do you have
opinion?
any? Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's stupid. I think
Okay,
it's
all right.
I think let me tell you, I think it's mildly interesting. I think the hype that it has generated is ridiculous. I think it is
I agree
wildly
with. I will agree
overplayed.
with you on that.
I think everybody and their dog is so hot and bothered about this thing when only it affected the box score and that's it. It did if had it affected the gameplay itself today, that would have been remarkable. Had he literally had to change uniforms or if he had to have completed his at bat on one team and then moved over across the field to the other, that would have been remarkable. But the fact that it was left only to the box score, and to your point, yeah, somebody in a handful of decades is going to look back and wonder, and it'll be a discussion point then. But that's it. I have been so bothered by how excited everybody has gotten. I'm thinking there are so many more storylines going on that are more interesting, more important, whatever you want to call it, than this stupid freak occurrence I don't get it, and you can try and change my mind, but I think it's ridiculous.
So he went 1 for 4 with a single.
Hooray!
What he did today,
Uh,
but I think he did catch somebody stealing at one point though. But
No, he tried. The one I saw, he tried to and muffed it bad. The throw was horrible,
oh yes, that's what I was. Yes, the exact opposite.
horrible.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So this, you're right though. It is funny how much play it has been getting. I think it's an interesting thing. I love when things happen that have never happened before. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this happen again in the next 3 to 5 years
Right?
with the number of moves that are made.
Yeah. I just
Wouldn't
don't.
be
I'm
surprised at
like,
all.
whatever. Like, get over it. It's not a big deal. And again, had it played out in reality instead of in this box score world that is just for the papers, like, fine, whatever. Then it would have been cool.
So the box score on the score, which is the app that I use,
Mm-hmm.
that's not and it's not gonna be updated yet on Baseball Reference. It actually he didn't show up in the box score for the Blue Jays
Oh, cool.
because he only
So
saw
it's
a couple
less
of pitches.
relevant.
Yeah, so he didn't. So he didn't actually, since he didn't finish his at bat, then he
Yeah.
doesn't show up for them.
Right.
So, and he didn't make
Cool.
like he didn't have a put out or anything. So
Hooray.
no, I think you're right though. Like it would have made it far more interesting if yeah, it doesn't even show that like Dalton Varsho pinch hit for him. That's weird.
That's see,
Um,
it's
I think they should have made him finish the at bat.
yeah.
That
And
would have
it
been
had
awesome.
something to do with the amount of strikes. If he'd had 2 strikes, then he would have been forced to finish the at bat. But because he didn't, I don't care. Point is, it was overblown and over sensationalized, and it was stupid.
But it's never happened before, Brig. It's never happened.
Yay! Okay, cool. And it was, I don't know. This is like people were saying, come to our fireworks show. It's going to be this really interesting display that we've got going on. And they handed 3 people some sparklers. Like, that's what this was for me.
I would say there were a couple fountains. I don't want to say I wouldn't say it's sparklers. I would say maybe there's a couple fountains.
No, no. And they were,
All right.
3 sparklers.
Well, I'm going to charge you with poopy pantry, and then we're going to move on.